everyone, and welcome to Module 1, Cognitive Load and Why Slide Design Matters. I'm really glad you're here because this is the foundation for everything else we'll do in this course. Let's start with the big idea. Our students' working memory is limited. They can only process a small amount of information at one time. So the way we design our slides and other instructional resources has a huge impact on whether students can actually learn the content, or whether they're spending all their mental energy trying to decode the slide. So you can have 7 plus or minus 2 items in your working memory at any given time. There's 3 types of cognitive load: intrinsic load, extraneous load, and germane load. And we'll look at each one individually. First, intrinsic load. This is the natural difficulty of what we're teaching. Solving a multi-step equation, interpreting a primary resource, or learning new vocabulary. Those things have built-in complexity. We can't remove that, but we can avoid making it harder. Second, extraneous load. This is where slide design plays a major role. Extraneous load is the mental effort caused by things that don't help learning, like big paragraphs, tiny fonts, decorative backgrounds, or clip art that has nothing to do with the lesson. These elements distract from the message and force students to use their working memory on the wrong things. And lastly, germane load. Germane load is the productive mental effort that students use to make sense of the content, connecting ideas, organizing new information, and building understanding. Good slide design supports germane load by making the content easier to navigate and understand. Let's look at a quick example. Before, there's a long paragraph, a busy background, and 3 different fonts. Students have to figure out what's important before they can even begin to learn. Now imagine that same slide simplified into 2 or 3 bullet points with a clear visual and plenty of spacing. Suddenly, the content becomes easier to process. And as an example, here is an example of 2 different slides, the role of chlorophyll. So you can see on the left, the blue and green would not meet ADA color compliance. The text isn't broken down into bullets. There's no clear definition or labeling so that we can identify the image that's on the right. And then there's just the decorative flowers at the bottom that really do not apply to the learning. Then on the right, we have the example of some text that has contrast. The content is broken down into 2 bullets. And then we have an image there on the right that is identified as a chloroplast cell. Now there is a little bit of decorative border across the bottom, but that really is, it's decorative. It's not taking away from the learning in any way. The goal of good design is simple: reduce extraneous load, so students can put their mental energy where it matters most, learning the content. So your learning journey through this course will be to explore more in depth with these 3 types of cognitive load. You'll take a short quiz to also check your understanding, and then you'll learn techniques to apply for better designs as we move toward the end of the course. Let's get started.